Hey friends, welcome back. As promised, we're finally going to play around with the color changing HTV and we're going to make a fun shirt. So I have the HTV here. As you can see right now, it just looks like a white glitter HTV, but once it comes into contact with the sunlight, it is going to turn a color. And I have two different colors here. I have a purple and a pink. So we're going to have fun playing around with this and making a fun shirt. So I will link everything down below for you so that you can see everything that I'm using to bring this t-shirt together. It's so fun. My kiddos are going to love this. I love the fact that this is so interactive because I have a feeling once my kiddos see this shirt and see what it does in the sunlight, I'm going to be using up all of these rolls of HTVs. So more to come, I am sure, but let's get started by making our first shirt with it. Okay, so depending on the type of machine you have, you'll use those cut settings, but the time and temp is going to be 275 to 300 for 10 to 15 seconds. So let me set my heat press so that's ready to go. And I'm also going to bring in some foil iron on because I am going to do a fun design that is a ice cream cone. All right, let's get the design ready to go. Okay, this is the design that I'm going to use. So first I'm just going to size it how I would like it to be. I think I'm going to do about 7 inches tall. Actually, let's do about 6. I think 6 will be plenty. Okay, so I have it all ready to go. I'm gonna look in my layers to see. Yep, good to go. So I am going to cut the pink out of the color changing vinyl, and then I'm going to cut the cone out of the foil, which I think is going to be so pretty. All right, so now what I can do is I'm gonna use my Explorer 3 and I can click Make It. I don't need to save the project. And it's going to put my pieces on different mats based on the color. I'm going to go ahead and mirror both of my images because I am using an iron-on. So I mirrored both of those. It probably didn't really matter for this particular design, but always get in the habit of mirroring both of your layers when you are using an iron-on. And I can go ahead and press continue, and now it's going to connect to my Cricut machine. As you can see, the first cut is going to be out of the foil iron-on, so I am going to select the foil iron-on setting. Once it comes to the ice cream, then I will go ahead and select, it says permanent glossy, but I honestly think I'm going to use the glitter iron-on setting. So I'm going to test that out and see if that works because to me, it looks to be more of a glitter iron-on texture and thickness. So let's go ahead and do our first cut. Again, we're doing the foil first. So I will select foil iron-on. I will put my material on my mat and load it and get it cut. Now I'm going to load my material on my mat, and for the foil iron-on you're going to want to do shiny side down, and again that's why we mirror our image so that it cuts correctly. Okay, so now I'm going to load this right into my machine. I like just to put my entire roll on there and then trim from my design or trim out my design because it helps me save material in a more efficient way. But I'll load my material and my mat, and then I will go ahead and press go to begin cutting. All right, it's done cutting. I can unload my mat and then I can see my design really well. So that will allow me to trim out my design and save as much material as I can. There we go. Trim this way, and then the rest will just remain on my roll. All right, there's my piece. Okay, I have the color changing vinyl in purple, and again, I will link it down below for you, but let's go ahead and lay this down. You're going to want to do glitter side down. And again, I'm going to try out the glitter iron-on cut setting. I think that's going to work perfectly. So let me load this. I'll make my cut setting selection in Design Space and cut this. That cut perfectly. All right. Going to go ahead and do the same thing, locate my design and cut it out so I can save the rest of the material on the roll. Now I can go ahead and weed out my design. Now every cutting machine is going to be different, so you may want to do some test cuts on your machine to make sure that your cut settings will work. But here is the glitter color changing HTV. And then I have the foil iron-on. All right, there we go. Got that cute little cone again in the foil. It's gonna be so cute. and it will look something like that on the shirt. I love this because I'm going to be putting this on a pink t-shirt. So when indoors or not around the light, then it will just look like a little white ice cream cone, which I think is going to be so cute. But then it'll magically change colors once it is exposed to the sunlight. Okay, my heat press is all ready to go. So I'm going to pre-press my shirt. I did pre-wash and dry my shirt just to make sure I accommodated for any shrinking that could occur when doing that first wash. So that's my preference. So I'm going to pre-press the shirt to make sure there's no moisture locked inside from washing and drying. I'm also going to lint roll it to make sure there's nothing on the shirt that's going to prevent the iron-on from laying down. And then I will lay each piece down individually and press them on individually. Okay, so I have this liner that I'm going to peel up, but I like to let mine cool before I do my peel. Now, when I did pull the liner from my glitter, it laid down perfectly, but since the liner was removed, I went ahead and just put a protective layer over that when I went to press my foil. Right, and I can peel this off. We have so much fun going on this little shirt. We have a foil look and then that glitter look as well. And again, right now it's white, but once it gets into the sunlight, it's going to be so cute. Oops, I noticed that I am missing a part of my little design. So what I'm gonna do is just place it right there, and I'm going to go press it onto my shirt. And I'll put that liner right back over to hold that into position and put my protective film over that as well. There we go. Such a fun and magical idea. I love how this turned out. And again, I love how interactive it is. You are going to want to grab some of this color changing HTV. It's so cute, so fun. And I know my kids are going to want me to make so many shirts like this. All right, everyone, I love how this turned out. It's so sweet. Be sure to click on the title of the video so that you can see everything that I used to bring this all together and create this shirt, and I'll see you in the next video. Also, be sure to subscribe if you're new here. That way you don't miss what's coming to my craft table next.